Fezzy, warm it up, baby. It's time for the wild, wild Western Conference. As we see what's going on with the LA Clippers. They're visiting Philly last night. First game for Paul George since March of last season. And look at PG-13, not wasting any time. 43, his first bucket of the season. And of course of the game, rest of the night belonged to Tyrese Maxey. 39 points on 13 of 27 shooting. Did have some turnovers in the last minute as the Clippers had a chance down two with under 10 seconds left.
Oh, $2 for $1. You
Can't hit that one, and he misses two shots, and the Clippers fall to 4-10 on the season.
Damn.
The oldest team in the league, 12th place in the Western Conference, tied with the Memphis Grizzlies. See Klay Thompson and the Mavericks at 13th, 4-11. They don't have Kyrie Irving. Anthony Davis has missed most of the season. The Kings, they're a mess right now as well, 3-11. And of course the Pels, who we just saw on Sunday, 2-12, and just fired Willie Green. But those Clippers, Fezzy, the oldest team in the league. Bradley Beal's now out for the season. Derrick Jones Jr. is now out for about 6 weeks. They are in trouble.
I mean, even with all the star power for the Clippers, they just started off 4-10. They're still struggling to find the rhythm, the roles, trying to get healthy. I find myself low-key rooting for the Clippers to be there and be competitive because I want the OGs to still be in the league. I don't just want this to be a whole young league. I want the older guys to be in the league because that veteran experience, what you guys call it? What you
veteran experience. Experience.
I want that to also show right now in their play. The Denver, the Grizzlies, the Mavs, like all these teams are struggling. The West, there's very little margin for error right now. Yeah. And what I see is, if you struggle from November to January, this is a really tough period. This is a crucial period. You find yourself in March trying to hope for a miracle. And we've seen it in the past couple of years because the West is so stacked right now. You got to make sure you get these wins. And games like tonight, you're going against the Orlando Magic. These games, you have to get these games because later on, you don't want to be hoping and praying for a miracle at the end of the season.
Zena, should we be surprised by this, considering all the noise this past offseason with this organization?
I mean, no, I guess. I mean, they're older, and you could see that with Philadelphia. Tyrese Maxey, 39 points last night, having his way with the defense. But let's just give some credit. James Harden had 28 points, hit 28,000 points in his career. He's still one of the best that's doing it. Unfortunately, right now, you don't have a lot of the rim threats that you wanted out of the Clippers. You don't have the same cohesiveness, and you don't have the same consistency in roster. So I do think it's going to be a little bit of a struggle for the Clippers, and they will be crawling a little bit to March.
The Clippers, this is, okay. There's role players sometimes that you miss that you don't understand why you miss them.
Oh, they miss Norman.
Norman Powell. He was almost an all-star. He was an all-star. He was an all-star in numbers alone. He was an all-star. He carried this team along with James Harden when Kawhi Leonard was out last year. Losing this year, and now, right now, they're just trying to figure it out with their health issues.
And Miami's playing well with Norman Powell and Andrew Wiggins without Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. Miami will see them tomorrow night, of course. But let's move on here.
Can't wait to get to Miami. You can't wait to get to Miami.
I'm going to be here. I'm not going to Miami.
We can live
in my mind.
We can live through the team.
Steph Curry on Mind the Game podcast with LeBron James and Steve Nash. Of course, this is part 2. Stephen on a 2028 Olympics. God willing, I still have the choice and the physical option where I could impact the team. Never say never, but I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. And that's something Monty and I asked him on the Dubs Talk podcast. Like, Steph, L.A., another gold medal, basically said the same thing. So LeBron James won't play in the 2028 Olympics, and Steph Curry highly unlikely after those great moments for Team USA last summer in Paris, Fezzy.
He's already gotten his Olympic gold. Steph he was incredible. He was the showstopper for that Olympics after going cold for a few games. Was it 4 or 5 games? Lit up the whole world for those last 2 and brought home the gold. So Steph already got all the recognition he deserves. What I think about is when you come to the next Olympics, Steph will be 40 years old, likely at the back end of his career. Right now we're watching and witnessing, crazy to say this is the back half of Steph's career, which I don't know, like it feels like age is just a number to him because at this point he's still playing a lot of his best basketball. What it reminds me of though, when he says things like that, is we have to appreciate what we're watching because it's not going to be here forever. And every one of these moments are special. He's a generational changing talent, not just as a basketball player, but as a human and a guy in sports. I'm really proud of the fact that I got to play with this once in a lifetime talent.
And we just get to watch it and experience it. And Let's be real. He already got the title of being the French devil that ruined the dreams of my country, okay? And he's happy about it. And I think everyone's been really pleased with what he's been able to do, whether it's for Team USA with the Warriors. But when it comes to Team USA, keeping someone like Steph on the team, he wasn't a veteran in the same way that LeBron and KD were on these teams that can still be on the team and usher in the next generation. So it won't have the same connection because this was his first Olympics this past summer. But I think overall, he'll probably just be able to look at it, be happy about it, that he was a part of it, got to be a part of history, and let the next generation take over.
Where do you go from there?
Yeah, I don't know where you go from there.
What do you do? You beat France in France.
Yeah.
For the championship, for the gold medal game. There's nowhere to go from there. And he has so many bombs. His a big, crazy game winner over 2 defenders. I mean, let's just leave that alone.
You just let that slip, though. Mama Kata was not happy, huh?
Oh, my mom.
She's not a Stephen Curry fan no more?
No, she's a huge Stephen Curry.
I'm kidding.
She was sad, though, for the country.
Well, Jamal Mosley may be sad that he has to scheme up a game plan against Stephen Curry. Here's what the 5th-year coach of the Orlando Magic had to say about Stephen Curry.
I looked at his post-game interview after one of the San Antonio games, and he spoke about the appreciation for the game, being able to do it, the teammates, the camaraderie, the ups and downs of the season. He's always so transparent in how he approaches the game, but it's also so telling on how he talks about how he works at his game, and I think that's what sometimes gets lost because of how hard he works, that he makes it look so. What do you say, Steffortless? But to that degree, you forget about the body of work he puts in for his body and his mind, and he talks about it often. And I think that's what's so unique and special about him. On the court, he's seen everything and he's done so much. But I think that the mindset that he possesses that's so special to be able to watch and witness. And it's rare nowadays.
All right, that is Coach Mosley getting his Magic ready. They're 7-7 on the season.
Jalen Suggs.
They're expected to do some damage in the Eastern Conference, but you notice that Paolo Banchero is out tonight. He'll miss his 3rd consecutive game with a groin injury. Jalen Suggs, though, he's a problem at point guard, could defend, as well as Desmond Bane, who was traded this past summer to Orlando in exchange for Cole Anthony, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and 4 unprotected first-round picks. So he's a man who's living off a $207 million contract, and they need shooting there. So Desmond Bane, Zena, we know he can shoot the ball. We've seen him a lot with the Memphis Grizzlies, given the Warriors issues there. And Orlando is shooting the ball a little bit better with Bane on the roster.
What's so strange about that is Desmond Bane right now is having career lows outside of his rookie year. Career lows in his three-point percentage at 31% coming into this game. His attempts per game, under 5 a game. He has had to change his role on this team, becoming more of a playmaker. Right now, he's third on the team behind Franz and Paolo in points in the paint. That is not what we know Desmond Bane to be, but that's what he has become for this team. So imagine as you're coming into this competition, the Warriors are going to have to look at Desmond Bane and kind of erase the fact that he is a 3-point shooter by trade. And remember that he's now filling in a role with Paolo out to set up Franz Wagner, to set up the other shooters around this team, and to lead them in being able to get into the paint and get the ball moving on the floor.
I really like this addition to the Orlando Magic. Desmond Bane, he's a great shooter. You've seen him there with Memphis. He was terrorizing the Warriors in the playoff series. Right now, his numbers are down, and that happens when you join a new team. You're trying to get your chemistry together. Your star players out. You have to play a new role. But what I do see, how does Mully say it? They're ramping up. His numbers are ramping up, and it's trending upwards right now. Had a brutal October, right? You said Jazina, his numbers are low, but the last 6 games, averaging 20 points a game, had 26 against Houston. So you can see his numbers coming up. He's shooting 47% from catch and shoot threes in November so far. So he's getting that swag back. For the Warriors going against this guy, you got to watch him on all threes because he has to fill in for Paolo Banchero. Paolo Banchero's numbers, 21, 8, 4 assists, a lot of huge shoes to fill for this team, but they build their strategy, their foundation on the defensive end. Having a guy like Desmond Bane, that is a luxury, but defensively, they come out there and they try to overwhelm you.
And then Franz Wagner. Franz Wagner can do it all. He's an all-star as well. He pairs with Paolo Banchero, one of the most deadliest front courts in the Eastern Conference, and he's having a solid start to the season, 23 a game. 36% from the three-point line, the 6 rebounds, and those assists will go up. So he's a threat from all over the place, Zena, on every level of the court.
Franz Wagner is someone that's lethal because he has such a quick first step and you don't expect it. And because he can shoot the outside shot, you've got to be ready for either option, whether he wants to be able to take you on the dribble, whether he wants to post you up. In the beginning of this season, while the Orlando Magic were still trying to figure out ways to acclimate Bane into their offense, you saw Paolo and Franz. They were so low in their passes out to Desmond Bane because they didn't realize they have this three-point shooter available to them, which they didn't have previously. So you saw Franz Wagner forcing a little bit, forcing more than typical. Now you're seeing, with Paolo out, interestingly enough, this duo. Desmond Bane, Franz Wagner working off of each other incredibly well, and it's setting up Franz Wagner to be lethal and really a problem from wherever on the court.
The Wagner boys. I mean, Franz Wagner, he was a revelation last season. He was, career highs in points, assists, steals, rebounds, incredible. And this year he's averaging 23 points a game. So he is, the Orlando Magic they're building around this size, skilled players. And it's beautiful to watch because not only are they doing this defensively, offensively, you can rely on these young guys who have shown you, whether it's in the summer, in the Olympics, or in the World Cups, they are the premier talent right now. Franz Wagner is one of those guys. He's improved his shooting. The last year, I think he shot sub-30s. Now he's shooting 35.7. These guys just keep improving every year.
You mentioned the three-point percentage for Orlando. When they shoot 33% or better, they're 6-1 this season. They shoot lower, they're 1-6 on the season. So that's the magic number for Orlando, especially tonight. 4th consecutive game. This will be the forward starting lineup for the Golden State Warriors. Stephen Curry and Will Richard in the backcourt. Moses Moody coming off his 8-made-3 game against New Orleans Pelicans back on Sunday. Draymond Green, who's been playing some excellent defense, hasn't been there on his road trip, but his defensive IQ has been on full display. But let's talk about Jimmy Buckets. And Fez, you kept mentioning this on our pre-show call today. He is the Robin and Stephen Curry's Batman, right? And quietly, he is stabilizing the basketball game in the non-Curry minutes, double-doubles, getting to the free throw line, 5 made threes last Wednesday night. Jimmy's having some run here over the last 3.
Yeah, there's a lot of attention being paid to the points in the paint. And I think Jimmy is the guy who comes into the game and brings that physicality. You see him right there attacking Wemby in a game where they needed some points. And he's able to do that way. He's able to attack from the free throw line, draw fouls, get the Warriors in the bonus early. That way, the offense is even more lethal. But I think Jimmy's been doing a great job of leading the offense when Steph Curry's out the game. That's my biggest take so far is those non-Steph minutes. Jimmy's able to take the role players, guys like Pods, Buddy Hield. You got Will Richard on the floor. All these guys play better because he demands so much attention when he drives that those guys are open and they hit those open shots.
What I love most about Jimmy Butler is that, yes, you can take all the double-doubles, you could take the points, but it's how he's getting them as well. Right now, he's leading the team in points in the paint. He's leading the team in second chance points. He's also leading the team in fast break points, right? This is not just operating in the half court, which we know Jimmy Butler can do exquisitely. We know that he can go ISO and he can slow down the Warriors offense from that motion offense they typically like to have. But he also can get them going, get that pace going. That's exactly what you want to see. You talk about the Batman to Robin, right? The reason why Jimmy Butler was brought into this situation was to be a number 2 to Steph. We know that the Steph and Draymond connection, it's there. It's always going to be there. Mm-hmm. But who has the second best net rating on the floor on this team? Is Jimmy Butler. Draymond's at 17 plus 17 when they're together on the floor with Stephen. Jimmy Butler's only at 11. Oh, okay. And that's second best on the team. You love to see that. That tells you that when defenses are out there, they're having to make decisions. And that's what you love most.
When you think about the starting lineup, we've talked about the starting lineups. Moses Moody coming in, Will Richard, whether it's JK, whether it's Quentin Post, all the decisions are made around Steph and Jimmy Butler. Mm-hmm. Draymond Green's also the playmaker, the guy that plays well with Steph. But it's really about how can you capitalize on Steph Curry being on the outside as a three-point shooter and Jimmy Butler being on the inside being the guy. He plays the 3, but he's might as well be the shooting guard of games. You've seen him just go 5 for 7 from the three-point line. Sometimes he's the 4. You've seen him play a little bit of 5. So right now, Jimmy Butler is just that Swiss Army knife for the Warriors team right now.
47% he's shooting from the three-point line. How about that? He wouldn't shoot the 3 when he got traded over from Miami.
He told you, I can do this.
Last year when Jimmy came over, he particularly said, I don't shoot the 3, but I can. And now we're starting to finally see that. I was like, hold on. People say that when they can't actually execute on those things. But no, we're actually seeing, this was just an option for him that he didn't unlock until this season.
No doubt. And he's making them. 5 made threes last Wednesday night in San Antonio, 47% from the perimeter on the season. But when we talk about the Orlando Magic and that building, we have to talk about the chef because Orlando has been at home, away from home for Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry, we know he's a free agent when it comes to sneakers, and he's in Orlando. So why not rock some Shaqs? We saw him warming up earlier in the pennies, so he's just paying tribute to the legends down there in Orlando. I had those pennies just in the blue and white colorway. Those are nasty. Oh,
I just
man, I
love
love
the
those.
thoughtfulness and the intentionality in this. Like that's some planning first and foremost. That's awesome.
No, those are cool, man. Nike sent those shoes in a heartbeat.
Steph is a free agent, so everybody's just sending him.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Shaq got the Reeboks. Maybe he'll wear some Iversons when he goes to Philly or play Philly. I can help you out, Stephen. I got you. If you need any help. I doubt it.
Oh, man. I want to give an analogy, but I feel like this is not right for TV. So I'm just go back to the game. Okay?
Yeah, let's focus on the game, which is key.
For the game tonight, you got to push in transition. We talked about the defense for Orlando Magic. Very good in the half-court defense, so you got to push. Every time you get a miss, first of all, whenever you got to get rebounds first because they're top 10 in second chance points. Orlando is. So every time you get a miss, you got to get the ball and you got to push it up the court.
They're also top 10 in defensive rebounding overall. So you definitely want to, one, make sure you're getting back in case they break open. But I think the formula is simple for the Warriors. Protect the ball, get on the defensive glass, let Stephen Curry set the rhythm. Moses, bench, contribute around him, continue your efficiency. Draymond, protect the paint. They do have some size in there as well. And you'll be able to walk out with your 4th straight win. And
I want to see Pods and GP2 continue their play off the bench. They've been very solid in their roles on this road trip, especially in San Antonio.
Yeah, for Pods, if you get in the game and you are on Baines, you got to make sure you're attached to him. Because like I said, 47% of the three-point line of that last few games. So he's right now catching the rhythm. You don't want him to be in rhythm with you. Franz Wagner is going to be coming off those stagger screen. They're going to try to get him involved in the game early. Stay attached, top lock him, whatever you need to do, just get those guys off rhythm.
And a sneaky night for Al Horford being back in the state of Florida. Look out for Uncle Al. You like that?
I like that shout out.